Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make custom boot sounds for the power and eject buttons on the Xbox 360 Slim. This method is for the Trinity motherboard, so if you have one of those consoles and would like to follow along, then keep watching and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so over here on the motherboard, we're going to start soldering the wires that we need to program the Sonus chip. The first thing we're going to do is grab our microfiber scratch pen and just kind of rub over the points a little bit just to clean them up. This is to get that sort of coating off, which makes soldering a little bit more difficult. So we're just going to rub around on all the points and just give them a nice cleaning. This is just good practice to make sure that we get a good connection. The next thing we're going to do is pre-tin the points. This means adding some solder onto the points so that we can add the wire to it later. So we're going to add some flux on this resistor. And then these two and these two, and then this capacitor over here. There we are. Okay, then we're going to come in with our soldering iron and add some solder to the points. So following the diagram, I'm going to start with this one up here. So how we're going to do this is just touch on that top point, just like that. Now that didn't go great, but it'll work. And the point here is just to add a tiny bit of solder onto these, just like that. Okay, there we are. So there's a little bit on there. Then on the right side here, gonna put some on like that, and watching out for that little chip there. So we're gonna kind of come at it from an angle like this, and then adding a little bit there. Seems to be having some trouble melting, so there we are. I'm going to add a little bit more flux to this. So here, just like this, and hopefully that's going to help the solder to melt a bit better. There we are. Okay, and the next ones is a little bit more difficult. So what you're going to try and do is come from this angle. It's a little bit more tricky, so what I'm going to do for this one is kind of get a bit of solder on the end of my iron and just tack it down like that. Okay, so this, when you get a big blob like that, then just try and take it off the best you can. There we go. And there we go. So those are all pre-tinned now, all the resistors, and then we just need this capacitor down here for ground. So just put some heat on that, just like that, and a little blob for the ground wire. Next, you're going to get your regular NAND wires, and we are firstly going to connect to green. So grab the green here, make sure they're not tangled, and I'm going to get the green wire and bring it over here, just like this, and connect it there. Okay, so once these are attached, be very careful that you don't pull on them, because otherwise you're going to rip that resistor straight off the board. Next is red, and we want to do this at an angle so that we can still access this one. So just like this. Okay. Okay, not the best job I've done, but it will work. I'm tempted to redo that one. So let's grab the wire, and I'm going to just clean up the end of that and get a tiny bit of solder on my iron just before we do this. Tiny little bit, just like that. Then grab the red wire again and go in like this. This is really delicate work, so just take your time with it. Not as good as I want, but we'll try it again. Okay, so what I'm going to do is trim the end off that wire so that we can have a clean end to it. Just like that, and a tiny bit more flux. Just a quick reminder here that flux is corrosive to the PCB, so make sure to clean it up and follow the steps at the end of the video. Speaking of PCBs, did you know you can get your own printed with today's sponsor, PCBWay? That's right, with their quick order services, all you have to do is upload the Gerbers for any PCB board and they'll get them shipped to you quickly and affordably. I've used them for all of my hardware projects so far, and the quality is fantastic, as is their service. They also offer board assembly, 3D printing and CNC, making them a one-stop shop for all of your prototyping and manufacturing needs. Go check them out at PCBWay.com. And there we go. For a temporary wire, it's not bad. If this was a permanent wiring, then I'd spend a lot more time making sure it was good, but we're going to remove these in a minute anyway. There's black. That red one was a lot more difficult for some reason. Next is orange, which is going to go around here to this one. Okay, once again, a little bit, tiny bit more solder. Okay, yeah, not the best, but it should work. Because of the size of this, and because it's temporary, it's kind of difficult to get it perfect. And with this one, I can kind of bring it at an angle like this. I'm going to try and make this one a bit cleaner, because that is bugging me. Okay, a bit more flux. I'm going to try it from a different angle, so I want it a bit more upright. There we go, that looks better. And then we have brown, which is going to go on here. Okay, I'm gonna try and fix that wire a little bit. This is an awkward angle to get at. We kind of want to go downwards like this. Nice big blob on there. And what I'm going to do as well is just trim the end of that wire so we can get a fresh piece. Okay, there we are. There we go. Okay, and finally, being very careful here, the last one is yellow, which goes round to here for the ground point. Just like that. And that is the Sonus wiring for the Trinity console done. Now let's head over to JRunner with our JR Programmer V2 and get the sounds written. Okay, so now with the wiring done, grab your JR Programmer and you want to plug it into your computer. And then get the NAND wire end and plug it in from these wires. And what you'll notice here is the blue wire isn't being used, so I like to just trap that under something to make sure it's not going to touch any points on the motherboard that we don't want. So this is the current setup. So JR programmer into the computer, NAND wires plugged into this port on the programmer and the blue wire trapped down, and also plug in standby power to the console. And now we're going to head over to the computer to get this written in JRunner. Okay, so over here on JRunner with your JR programmer plugged in, you want to go over to Tools and then ISD Sound Editor. To test this fully, click Play Power or Play Eject and you'll be able to hear the sound, and that means that you've connected all the wires properly. There are some guides online showing you how to make custom sounds, but for now I'm just going to use the special edition ones that we're given. Currently I have the Halo Reach sound because this is a special edition console, but for the sake of the video I'm going to change it to the Star Wars one. So we're just going to click on that and then click Write Sound to Console. And then it might say no ISD chip detected. If it does, just do it again. And it's going to say flash erased, writing to flash starwars.bin or sw.bin. And this little progress bar here is for read, write or verify. So once this gets to the end, it does take a little bit with the JL programmer. It's a tiny bit slow, but that's just because this chip is not the best. So yeah, once this is done, I'll show you the finished result. Okay, so that's done now. The progress bar is at the end, and what you're looking for is where it says done here. And now to test it, we're going to click play power. And there we go, it plays the Star Wars sound and eject. And there we go. So that is the full programming. Now what I'm going to do is unplug my NAND flasher, unplug the NAND wire from the flasher, unplug power, and we're going to desolder these wires. Okay, so now to remove the wires, this is quite simple. If you've put them on, you can take them off. So first I'm going to grab the yellow wire and simply just heat up the ball of solder and pull the wire out, and that's about it. With these ones, when you touch them, it's basically just going to fall off like this. Make sure not to heat both ends of the resistor. So that one looks a bit messy there, so just for sake of cosmetics I'm going to fix that up a bit and just heat it up. There we are. And once again here, there we go, that one's removed. And the other one, there we are. And then green, remove that as well. And that is all the wires removed. Next we're going to get a bit of tissue paper to clean the flux up. So I'm just going to get my tissue paper and just kind of dab it on there just to get the majority of the flux up. You can see it still looks very dirty, so we're going to grab the isopropyl alcohol and spray some on here, just like this. Once you're done with the tissue paper, grab a little Q-tip like this and just wipe the points down. And this is going to get the remaining bit of grime up. Just like this. The reason I use the tissue paper first is because you don't want to just rub the flux around, because then you're going to have a large portion of the board which is all dirty and sticky. So that's about it for today's video. Now you can go ahead and reassemble the console and you'll have all the nice sounds you programmed. I'm going to leave the links in the description below to JRunner and where you can buy the JR Programmer V2. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching and see you next time.